Hi guys, and welcome back to the latest Genocide Dolphins development video. Oh, it's running really quick. I'm surprised because bodycam's on. So as usual, I don't really remember what I've done since the last update. But we'll have a little tour. And if I think about it, lots more optimization. Interiors now, you can go inside buildings and stuff. A lot of things have broken in Unity and I've been having a lot of problems, but that's allowed me to focus on other things. Got these weird animals around too. A little pig there, should be moving, maybe a bit too cartoony. There he is. So we'll start by going down here, which I think is all new, very much improved. This place has been built and rebuilt so many times. It's quite dark at the moment down here, but we've got singing hinnies and bambarismus. We've got fields of marijuana that the people are working in. It'll get bright in a second. Various, oh, you can hear the church bell. Various animals. He's not working properly. Operating the computers. Just don't have anything good on them yet, the screens, but finally have, you know, some operators and a little bar area around here. And you can see it's bright again. These should animate, these big flowers. Oh, he is animating, but he's just idling, same as the other guy, I reckon, over here. And there's a huge octopus here, continuing my obsession with octopuses, octopi. Operating this computer, which is quite a beast. Got the guns and stuff back in actually, because, oh, that's one thing I should say is, I don't know why I'm stuck here. I thought the game was really slow and I was optimizing like crazy, but actually it turned out that my CPU was being throttled by too much heat. There's a shotgun here. They're all nice and silver now. So my computer was getting really hot and actually only running at 1.8 gigahertz when it should be running at like 4.4 gigahertz. It's a i4 790K meaning you can overclock it, but I'm not overclocking anything because temperatures are always a big problem for me. But it runs at 4.4 anyway in so-called turbo mode, and it's really fast. But yeah, it was running at 1.8, so I'm doing all this optimizing and getting it back to speed. And then when I decided one day I should take the thing out of the, just take it out into the garden and use some compressed air on it and really clean it up and dust off everything, it started running perfectly again, really fast. A lot of dust came out. So that, coupled with the optimizations, and I had actually dropped guns and rigid body physics and all of that in because of the speed. But as you can see, it's back. And because I got into that crazy optimization time, you can break these again. I won't allow rigid bodies to exist like they used to. That was slowing it all down. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to write a trigger system for each area that has rigid bodies in, and it turns off any destruction scripts that are waiting for a message from the bullet, and also any rigid body physics entirely. Could just turn off the entire object, I guess, but you would see it appearing as you come in. So I think with that optimization in place, you can have rigid body physics, and I'm back to having guns, and everything really feels smooth. And like I say, at the moment I've got a lot of rigid bodies in I'm playing with here, and they are not optimized in the way I just talked about. So actually it's running slower than it should do. So even though I am always complaining about how slow Unity is, if you really waste your life making things quick, it isn't slow. But I didn't know a lot of these tricks that I've had to learn, self-teach myself, because I was always a 2D games coder. I did work at Rockstar, but on GTA, but I didn't work very long there, and I didn't do any of the physics or anything. Anyway, you can break in here by blowing these up. What? Mouse pointer. You blow these 3 up and they have physics, as you can see, and that allows you to get in here. Still no real reason to get in here apart from you can go in here. Well, there's a sabra in here, which these are largely useless, just for like pickups that do nothing almost. But there is some oil there, so I could make that a pivotal item. And there's a bug there, obviously, that you need to be able to get in here, and for that you need guns. And for guns, they won't just be lying around, even though they are right now. There's the octopus gun in its new metal form. But there's now a gun dealer, so when you buy the guns off him, they appear where they are now. He'll just say something like, it's illegal, I'm going to go and hide it, and for you have a look here, and you go to some place and you get the gun. That way people will have to earn them, presumably with money. Currency is daggers at the moment in the game, so yeah, people will have to find or earn daggers to be able to buy these guns. Now, I've probably updated this quite a lot, I'm not sure though. This is like the main sort of cyberpunk type street. And I'll show you the gun dealer. Who is hanging around in this broken down place, which is like an old fast food restaurant or something. Look at this guy. It's amazing what you spend your money on the asset store when you can't model yourself. Any humanoid is very interesting to me, including any building with an interior like this, especially one that you can walk into from outside like that. That's massive worth to me. I can build these things on SketchUp, but they won't look as good and it will take me forever. So a lot of these things are bought, of course. Well, almost everything here. So this is the gun dealer, who isn't animated but should be. Let's have a look at his face. You might recognize him from, whoa, ST8, the other city. And there's a poster there where you can have a look at the prices for the guns, the grenades, and the melee weapons. And he collects sort of archaic cash. So you can pay him in archaic, old school American dollars, or you can pay him in the current form of money, daggers. These people are still wandering, still a few problems obviously, as you can see, but they're doing a lot better. And there's a new place. This is Haystack Franks, and this demonstrates the new interiors of the game. So I can actually go up to this and see it says there press enter to go into Haystack Franks. So I press enter, and here I am. I'm not really sure what this place will be yet, but I'm thinking Haystack Frank will be some sort of gangster there or something like that. Probably end up being some sort of ludicrous sea creature or something. But maybe a couple of people could be sitting here. It could be a money lender, it could be anything, or it could just be a bar or a lawyer. It's all evolving anyway, as usual. So this place actually resides below the city. That's how it turned on so quick. It's not a new scene. It's an area that I turn off until I need it, and then I turn it on. And when I turn it on, I turn off this entire city here, so that it runs really, really quick. And it took me quite a long time to come up with that for some reason. I should have demoed that this red stuff kills you over on the other place. At the moment it doesn't here, but it did over there. I've removed a lot of the junk from around here that made it look very much like the original asset, so trying to avoid the old asset flip argument. And a lot of the interiors I've got are obviously just assets that I'm slowly working on. Here comes Oliver, pushing me up the stairs. I'll show a few more interiors. Now there's a place here you need to cut through the wire with a pair of wire cutters to get in there. There's a cow stuck. At the moment this is running in not max quality, actually half textures and slightly lower quality of certain things, but honestly it's very hard to tell actually. So that's another speed increase. I think the graphics card was getting a little bit overwhelmed because I've got far too many textures in here. I think, you know, this is using a lot of RAM right now, and when I tried to merge all the main cities into one, and it actually was totally struggling. So I think I am pushing this. Whoop, that's my house turning on and off, actually, that noise. So it's turning off all the details, so I don't have to worry about it. So here we have the Mirador mansion, which is one of the so-called mansions of terror in the game. The other one being the Chongqing mansion. Oh, of course, someone's starting to message me. 2 seconds. Yeah. I don't even know who that is. Oh, it's a client. Right. There is another mansion. These are based on the mansions in Hong Kong that you have to stay in when you're really poor. And they're like, you know, a bit like this. So these guys are meant to look like a bit depressed and homeless, and they wander around here. And there's needles and stuff on the ground. I want this place to eventually look like, you know, a very crazy sort of junkie type drug house. And it's pretty cool. I've got some, you know, I've got some tablets and stuff over here, and there should be a couple of people walking around. There's another woman, and I was thinking this woman could sell you something. I don't know. At the moment, she just sits there doing that forever. But yeah, you can see this is a cool little area. I mean, I doubt a lot of action could happen in here. The game is spiraling out of control how large it is, and to populate this with a lot of people and do a lot of things in it might be too much. But to have a few items you can get and maybe someone you can trade with or something else could be fine. So that was the Mirador. There's only 4 people in here. The crappiest of the mansions of terror. That's looking nice there, eh? Again, that building is miles below this city, turned off right now, as are all the interiors. Albacua, who is one of the guys who works as a chicken there, look. Albacua, the pig here, who looks ridiculous, really, if you think about it, but I like him. He has his own apartment now. He actually has his own computer, which I've probably never shown, and it's spelt wrong now, but over here we have... See, even I can't remember where it is, it's that well hidden. But he has a computer that he uses to do something, whatever nonsense I come up with. Where the hell is it? Don't tell me I got rid of it. Well, yet again we won't see Albacua's computer, but we can see his apartment, and the beach has been improved a lot. If you look at the sand, addition of crabs, better shoreline here, more seaweed and little crabs hidden around that you would really have to spend ages to notice. Some of these look a bit crap, these plants, unfortunately. I'll have to improve them, I guess. Some seashells. But yeah, his apartment is over here. And it's kind of secret. You can see it down there. you see it from the water, but you can basically, we've got these here as well. These are still a bit buggered. If you're an avid fan, you might remember that these were used as claymores in a long time ago, but a lot of that logic and stuff has been lost, unfortunately. Whoa, what? That's weird. Don't remember that. Oh, maybe it classes the barrel as an enemy somehow. That must be it. So let's go into Albacure's place. Get rid of that. Oh no, it's not stuck on, is it? I don't want that stuck on. Something weird's happened. We'll go into Albacure's house, which is... nah, that's crap, that. I'll walk around with no arms. Very dark in here right now. But again, quite a standard asset at the moment. This looks like my current computer setup. So I've only got 5, he's got 6. So I'm going to try and find something to get rid of this stupid pink hand. Oh, well I shouldn't have. Oh no, I should. The Albacure's house is there actually. It's just I appeared on the wrong side of the wall, which is obviously a bug. But I wonder if I kill myself. Oh, he doesn't even die when he's holding this thing. Miracle. What happens if I jump off the edge here? Should get a Tibbets. Well, there's a hidden bonus. Picking up that thing makes you invincible. Alright, I'm going to have to pause it and start the game again. So I will be back in a second. So when it finishes loading, I'm going to rush through these places. Church of Herg, Albacure's flat, number 96. The Jumping Bean Man, Mirador Mansion, which we've been in obviously. Mimax, the Tap Room, Sneezy Lilies, and what was the other one? I'm just looking at my hierarchy here, by the way. Pajama Rama and Haystack Franks, which we've seen. So right now I'm going to go down to the Church of Herg, which is down by the water. That little church you might remember. Whoa! That was cool. Starting to feel nice. What the hell? So the Church of Herg, look at the only fish up there. Is over here. And actually the Church of Herg simply leads you to a cathedral here. Now of course, phone's going. It simply leads you to a cathedral here which has, this is going to be the arcade of Bishop Sticks, which is a sub-game I've been working on, which is a kind of religious-based manhunt stealth game. And the only purpose of the Church of Herg is playing this game and, you know, becoming an expert at it. And you can't get into here without getting various Bishop Sticks tokens, which will be acquired somehow. So you won't just be able to walk in these places. All of these places will be locked, and you'll have to find a way to get in them, which will make them more intriguing and make the game, you know, seem like, oh, it's a real place, or you've achieved something to get in there, like GTA style. Even the first whole city was turned off in Vice City, you know. So I'll be doing the same with this. The trains will be down until you can unlock them and get to a certain point. I like that. Right, there's a place over here. This is the Jumping Bean Man, which is a little bar I've been working on. There isn't really anything happening in here at the moment, but it's going to be a little viewing platform just for looking out there. Maybe meet a couple of people here. Sometimes different things will be happening, who knows. Put some banging dance music in. Always confuses me, this bit. Right, this is the tap room, which again is not finished but looking quite cool. And there'll obviously be a barman behind there and a few customers. And there's a little secret bit you can get up there. I've never actually tried it, but I'm going right through it at the moment. I need to set up the colliders. This, believe it or not, is a full-on medieval pub I bought, which had so many medieval decorations it felt crowned, and it looked quite cool, and I was tempted to keep it, but I realised it was just, you know, not possible. So I made it into this, tried to make it look a bit cyber or modern, and get away from the medieval feel. I've appeared in the wrong place here. This is the place that you need the bolt cutters to get through, and I think I'm stuck now. There's always a collision plug you can exploit. Now I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to suicide. Next up, Pajama Rama. You can see how mad the colours get in here too, and it's really glowing hardcore. The bathroom has had a bit of a makeover. You see the shadows and stuff there in real time. See, the shadows here are not actually high quality shadows. I'm using a special shadow pack, screen space or whatever, screen space shadow stuff. And they can be much higher quality than that, but currently I'm leaving them down because they still look good even in this state. And shadows are quite expensive. When you look at the frame debugger and you look at all of the information that goes into creating the shadow maps, you start thinking twice. There's another problem I'm having. The camera goes through the walls and stuff a bit. Sometimes I need to fix that. And wow, they've all gone red. What? I'm trying to work out why that is. Now that's, I think, something to do. No, that's the ambient light or fog or something light. But some stuff hasn't been baked properly for a long time, so it looks a bit odd. It's hard to keep up with how Unity really works, especially when you're on the bleeding edge betas, so to speak. It's pumpkin, that's new. Right, we'll go to Pajama Rama, which is a pub down here. There's the probe looking about. He looks pretty cool actually when the light shines off him. He has a volumetric light coming out of him, which just looks, volumetric lights are just cool. A volumetric fog or whatever. So you can now go in here, another unfinished place which is in the process of being revamped, but just another little interior where you can have a few people, conversation, find something. Sneezy Lilies, let's go there. Sneezy Lilies is going to be quite a big packed club, and I've had to buy like a huge pack of people recently to try and fill out these places. I bought what's it called? It's like a fantasy character pack or something, but it's not cheap. It costs like 170 US, but I saw it on offer, and I picked it up for less. It was like $60 or something. I think these bikers are from a different pack actually, and I quite like them. But a lot of these people here are from this all-star character pack or whatever, and their faces actually, you can turn different ones on and off, and I think I've left them all on, most of them. But you can see they're good quality characters once they're animated. They'll be semi-convincing people, and it's hard to fill a club out like this and make it feel like, you know, it's dense and there's really action. Obviously once I get some people walking, dancing animations, music playing, disco ball, some sort of lights, you can see up there what isn't turned off. The sun and lots of fish and stuff up there, they should actually be off, but I just haven't got around to adding them to my turn off script. and they don't speed things up too much. So yeah, this is Sneezies. Now what? Right. The other places, what were they? Well, we've got number 96, he's cool. Number 96 over here, named after an obscure Australian TV show. In fact, if you haven't noticed, all of the things are absolutely ridiculously named, and they're all quite obscure references. More bikers in here, and this is another asset which I've been converting. I like the idea of an old English style pub, but I've had to change a lot of the textures in here, at least just so, and take away loads of tables and stuff, and I need to customize all these posters and generally change it up a bit just so it doesn't feel like it's straight off the asset store or whatever, as usual. And this one will be another game you can play. It might be the shoot 'em up I've been working on, or worked on a long time ago. You might remember. Can't remember the name of it myself. Lord Tastica, or it could be Geordie Racer, another sub game which I don't think I've ever shown. And a lot of these, all of them arcades will lead to pretty cool sub games. Now I think we go to Mimax. Let's do it. It feels really nice in third person getting around now. First person climbing and that. Right, this guy's going to try and stop. We're getting in, but no, we won't be stopped by a security guard with a round cartoon pig head like that, whose name is Screaming Baby Loaves. So we go in, and it rains in here through the roof here, and that is actually physically based. So for example, it won't rain under here. And again, my obsession with octopi, but I can't, yeah, it's got thunder and lightning too, but I can't really think of many more sea creatures that are really so iconic and can be used in such versatile ways and look so good as octopuses. I have bought a couple of other things with tentacles that I want to use, and I was thinking of having one coming from up there. And in the Mirador Mansions, the old druggy flats I showed, I've got a big centipede that I was putting in yesterday, but then my mate came over and interrupted us and we started drinking, and then we ended up actually recording an hour of this gameplay, a bit like what I'm doing now, but with no talking, and a lot more still shots and just waiting for the light to change and that like that. Although later we did do a lot of walking shots and stuff, and we recorded these 4 visuals for a night he's putting on in a bar stroke club on Friday night here in Taipei City. So there'll be a bit of underground marketing going on for GD once again. That would be like the 10th or 20th time it's been used in visuals, music videos, even from the likes of the Future Sound of London. So wow, look at that. People do like it, the appearance of it, and or at least they like getting something that hasn't been seen to use, and that makes me proud. It's still getting better every day, of course. Very painstaking. And some money here you can get for that gun dealer. But I haven't even mentioned the fact that this is Unity 2018.2 beta, and it's completely broken so many of my assets that I can't. There should be. Oh, there's a next floor. I can't even use Adventure Creator, or any asset that sits in the tools menu won't work at the moment. I can't get them to work. There's something wrong, and I've tried everything. So it's bloody too dark. I need a torch or something in this game. So that's one of the major problems right now, is that I can't actually use Adventure Creator. A lot of my logic is actually made using Adventure Creator. There'll be a computer here you can do something special with, connect to a bulletin board or something that you can't normally do, or get some memory card with some virus on it or something like that. Yeah, so I'm having to live without that, and that focuses on other areas and things like that, but it's annoying. It's not like I can't write. How do you get out? it's not like I can't write these things, but half the game is already done in Adventure Creator, so it seems ridiculous to start, you know, doing half and half. Now, let me have a look at the places we haven't seen. We've seen Pajama-rama, Haystacks, Sneezy's, Tap Room, Mimax, Mirador, Jumping Bean Man, Number 96, Albuquerque Flat, and the Church of Herc. So you've seen all the interiors that are currently in the game. And as you can see, they load really quick, and I'm really happy with that. Actually, the speed of the game is probably the thing that makes me most happy, and the appearance, I guess, is getting better, and the finally being able to get into interiors. Not to mention getting back guns and rigid body physics and stuff. I think this gun's crap. I haven't got the bullets. Whoa, it slows down a bit there, I must admit. What? Oh, I forgot, sometimes that collides with you when you do it. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm just going to have a run around. Got the water working again. Got the substances working again. Had to delete them all and start afresh, which was a nightmare. These look a bit better. The half the game went purple, and in fact the other two cities, which I rarely mention anymore, but Substate and Topaz 11, which I will definitely come back to and link with the train, they're all purple and buggered by this nightmarish thing that Unity did by dropping substances, and then they tell you to upgrade, but the substance people tell you how to upgrade, but they told you too late, so I completely screwed myself. But whatever, all of these nightmares are all part and parcel of game development, I guess. And because it makes it so much nicer, Unity, and makes life easy, I think you kind of have to put up with things like that, don't you? But it is a bit depressing, especially, you know, I can't use any asset that requires the tools menu. I can't use Emerald AI. Can't remember the other ones that I really miss, but I think Adventure Creator and Emerald AI are the ones I miss the most. I say it every single time I say it, but it must have been over a month since the last video, and I've been working on this thing solidly. And then I come to demo it, and I'm like, oh, can't think of anything to demo. But I think the speed ups and the interiors and things like that are the main thing, and obviously it's looking a lot more detailed over here. There's a lot more NPCs and stuff like that. Do love these reflections. What are you looking at, mate? You should be able to pick these guys up. Oh, you can. And throw them away. Although it looks like I've messed with the physics. Oh, I'm flying now. He's just flying up. And funnily enough, F is for pick up and F is also for fly. But yeah, he's going off. He should have been thrown at the wall, but what I did was I think I removed the rigid bodies. That's quite interesting to see him flying around. It's like Superman and General Zod having a fight. Slightly like that. So I will land. Oh, there's some people floating around and that. And you can blow up the barrels and stuff again, but for some reason the barrel keeps disappearing. Bit of wall riding. Whoa! And coming up to 35 minutes. I think that's it, folks. Join me soon. Hopefully I can get Adventure Creator working again and start piecing together the damn missions, which is what I've been trying to do for so long, but I spent too long on optimizing and having a slow crap computer and running out of RAM and running out of memory and having the nightmare, and then Adventure Creator broke, and then loads of nightmares with Unity that I still haven't quite got to the point where I'm hooking things up and you can actually go, oh yeah, I went and spoke to this bloke and he gave me a key, and I got that key, and that allowed me to get in here, and that allowed me to find some money that I went and bought a gun with. So, you know, there's still a little bit of glue that to go in, some of the most important glue of all, really. But I'm not worrying about it too much. I'm just focusing on improving things and waiting for Adventure Creator, because Adventure Creator is my glue gun. It's a really cool tool for getting stuff done exceedingly quickly, rather than writing all your own triggers and everything like that, you know. So I believe it's just something to do with Unity, and they've offered to take my entire project and analyze it for me to get to the bottom of it, and I must say they're great for that sort of thing. I'm a beta tester for them. Geez, another octopus. But I haven't done that yet. I'm not sure why. I don't really want them receiving a 100 gig file from me and seeing this mess, or being confused, or just having it out there. Although I have done it before, and they're not going to care. But I think I'm going to wait for the official release of Unity 2018 2.2, and if it still won't let me use Adventure Creator and Emerald by then I will most certainly be doing it. But one of the developers told me that they were writing better error messages, because I said, you need error messages, man, it's just ridiculous. It just says something like, you know, stack call problem or something, you know, whatever. As usual, completely garbling away here to no one at 3 in the morning, but I hope that you appreciate the update. Let's have a quick look at this weed in the daylight. Looks damn good, actually. It's also from the asset store. Hello, Pete. Get your money. Get your money. Right, that's it. Thanks a lot.